The universe plays its ultimate trump card. Is President Trump the worst curse or a blessing in disguise? Hi, I'm Nanice. As the political circus unfolds and the ringmaster takes his place, the crowds shrill in disbelief. But things are not what they appear to be. As the wise universe conspires on humanity's behalf, a great plan orchestrates behind the scenes. Indeed, people all over the globe are waking up in shock and horror. But this is exactly the point. If we were already awake, there would be no need. But despite countless wake-up calls and systematically losing priceless freedom, privacy, and civil liberties, we have continued to sleep in complacency. What does it take to wake up? Outrage to the rescue. In fact, to shock humanity into awakening, the universe plays its ultimate trump card. Right before our eyes, the outlandish President Trump is waking up the world. And this is exactly the way it was meant to be. You and I have front row seats to the greatest show on earth, humanity's awakening. But we are not just spectators, we are participants, and how we now participate will determine the ultimate outcome. Many fear that global collapse, World War III, or the apocalypse is now inevitable. And even some wise spiritual teachers are telling us to prepare for the worst. However, do not fear. No matter what seems to happen, don't react or jump to conclusions. Instead, remain calm and centered, and remind yourself that the chaos and crisis of this crazy circus is a positive sign we are on the right track for global transformation. But you must also know that you and I play pivotal parts. So what is the key for global transformation, and exactly what parts do we play? Well, first and foremost, to understand the process of global transformation, we need to spotlight the cause of humanity's perpetual hardships, such as poverty, abuse, war, trauma, disease, loneliness, depression, and virtually every global and personal issue. Through no fault of their own, our ancestors were drugged with disillusionment, and as a result, a dark spell has been cast over humanity, and we have been hypnotized with powerlessness. Asleep under a heavy cloak of lies and convoluted misperceptions, disempowerment has been passed down from generation to generation. We believe we are free because we don't see restraints or chains, but don't let reality fool you. The prison bars are all around. Although they may be invisible to the naked eye, they are very real and extremely constraining. At the mercy of systematic laws and disempowering agendas, we behave like fearful inmates, afraid to lose what little we have, while the perpetual fear that there's not enough drives us to compete in a corrupt system where we can never win or get ahead for very long. However, this does not mean we should blame those who seem to control us, and in fact, doing so only feeds mass disempowerment. Instead, we must take radical responsibility for ourselves and the planet we call home. And this means we must begin at the inner realms of individual consciousness. Since the outer world always reflects the inner, we must heal ourselves to heal the planet. Global transformation will not be a singular world event or the result of a few powerful people making a difference. Global transformation will be the result of humanity's collective healing. Despite anything else you and I are called to do, you and I and millions of others are here to tip the scales in favor of peace, love, and freedom by healing the emotional wound of disempowerment in ourselves. Indeed, this is done through releasing the false belief of powerlessness and taking back our power. Since each of us contributes to the planet's vibration, every time one of us heals personal disempowerment, we not only raise our own vibration, we contribute to raising the collective vibration. And when enough people heal themselves, we will reach the vibrational threshold where the world will inevitably transform from darkness to light. Just like dark clouds dissolving and revealing the bright sun, releasing disempowerment will reveal the intrinsic love that exists within everyone and everything. Ultimately, you help the world transform by successfully healing your own disempowering beliefs. But this means you must courageously look deep inside and heal the parts of you that are afraid, insecure, and powerless. You might ask yourself, how do my personal issues represent the issues of global disempowerment? Where do I suppress expression in relationships? And when does fear make me small? Also consider how unhealed emotional wounds and past trauma keep you paralyzed. For more information on healing emotional trauma, please read my article on how to heal emotional trauma. What we're talking about is reclaiming your power. Honest self-insight might reveal you are imprisoned by your thoughts, beliefs, insecurities, or issues of worth. And you might also discover that you're trapped by past regrets or clinging desperately to an unpredictable future. It's time to free yourself from the illusion of powerlessness by stepping into your power. Many of us feel powerless to change the systems that run the world, but the systems only exist because they are fueled by our blind and childish dependence. And therefore, if we feel powerless, it is only because we have given away our power. Absolutely nothing has power over you unless you believe it does. And in fact, your belief fuels it with power. And if you're afraid, fear fuels it even more. But fear is not an indication of truth. Fear is simply an indication of disempowering beliefs. As fear contributes to disempowerment, facing your fears builds a foundation for empowerment. And therefore, every time you confront fear, you reclaim more power. There are 7 steps to reclaiming your power. 1. Take responsibility. A pivotal component of healing disempowerment is claiming responsibility and acting accordingly. Despite how it may seem, we are not victims of corrupt systems that perpetuate disempowerment. We are responsible for them. And therefore there's no way to permanently solve our most prevalent issues until we wake up and take full responsibility for our own needs. Just as shifting responsibility causes us to lose power, taking responsibility calls it back. And in fact, empowerment is the natural byproduct of self-responsibility. Number 2, claim your worth. There's no way around it. If you want to heal emotional wounds and trauma, and you want to overcome disempowerment, you must remember and claim your unconditional worth. This is literally the foundation of everything. For more on this topic, please read my article, Worthiness, A Key to Emotional Healing. Number 3, self-expression. Take responsibility for your own expression. Speak your truth and be yourself with absolute authenticity. Be bold, be clear, and give up hiding for good. This means you must stop suppressing yourself and blaming it on situations where you experience repression. Furthermore, there's no way to be empowered and express yourself confidently without strong boundaries that teach others to respect you. And in fact, a hidden component of expression is the ability to say no when you want to say no, and stick to it. Number 4, trust yourself. If you're lucky, you might experience wise mentors and good advice, but even the smartest or most intuitive person on the planet cannot give you the answers you seek. Of course, there are answers that appear true for everyone, but the answers to your most vital questions are unique to you, and therefore you're the only one who has access. Now more than ever, taking your power back requires you get in touch with inner guidance and learn to rely on yourself for answers. We are all connected to higher truth, and you don't need to rely on anyone or anything for direction. Number 5, inner security. In the modern world, we depend on governments and institutions for safety and security, but the cost of doing so has been our freedom and privacy and has resulted in mass disempowerment. It's time to accept the fact that the only real security comes from deep within. Many, myself included, experience this as a connection to Source or higher self. By accessing the part of you who is eternally safe and secure, human fears and insecurities tend to dissolve. Number 6, stay awake. It's one thing to wake up, it's another thing entirely to stay awake. However, this is exactly what we must do. Not only does this mean living in the moment, being present, it also means learning to stay conscious even in the most difficult of situations, because that is where it really counts. And number 7, choose love. Anger and outrage may have fueled the onset of awakening, but ultimately it keeps us asleep. At some point, we must all transcend the painful alarm clock, and we must wake up into love. As fear got us into this mess, love will get us out. Love will illuminate the illusions that fear has perpetuated for centuries. Every time you choose love, you raise the vibration and you help humanity to awaken. As millions of people heal disempowering beliefs and complete the journey from unconscious to conscious, a shift in collective consciousness will ripple out to everyone, everywhere. This will result in collective independence. History demonstrates that freedom is not something you are given. Freedom is something you must claim. But this time it can't be through war or revolution, because in the long run fighting only perpetuates disempowerment. If we are to reclaim freedom, it must be through peaceful evolution. No doubt from higher consciousness, we can easily transcend disempowerment by evolving beyond the systems that enslave us. Together, we must recreate a global society that supports individual growth and well-being. This means we must stop depending on government systems for survival, and we must co-create new ways of living that provide education, healthcare, essential services, and a means of financial exchange that supports a thriving economy where everyone can experience abundance. Many new paradigms already exist, but we must embrace them and customize them to make them fit. Whether government systems collapse on their own or we simply bypass them altogether, it is time to build our communities. So get to know your neighbors and start building a community structure that will provide for basic needs such as growing food, clean water, education, and necessary provisions. Please be clear, this is not cause for fear. Community building allows groups of families and individuals to take their power back while creating a foundation of sustainability and independence that serves everyone. Indeed, the formula for evolution is self-responsibility, collective empowerment, and community collaboration, where we take responsibility for education, health, economic exchange, and every facet of life. We are welcoming in a new world paradigm. Our planet is lush and abundant, and is divinely designed to provide more than enough for every inhabitant. But to reap Earth's riches, we must be individually empowered and collectively working together. Imagine each of us playing our unique parts in a thriving civilization, replacing the 40-plus hour work week with enjoyable contribution that empowers us to express our gifts and talents. Imagine living a lifestyle that promotes inner growth, optimum health, and personal well-being. Imagine a world where everyone is safe and secure and has access to clean water and an abundance of healthy foods. Imagine unlimited resources, planetary harmony, and more than enough quality time with family and friends. In our new world, we are independent beings who innovate solutions for sustainable living, brilliant inventors who collaborate for the advancement of humanity, and fearless explorers who travel the planet harmoniously as brothers and sisters uniting as family. The good news is we have never been closer than we are right now, but the key is in our hands. Together we can create heaven on earth, but the first and most important step begins with you and me. This is your invitation to embrace your power and take your unique place in the world as only you can do. As you speak from the heart and follow your dreams, your life will joyfully unfold through creative expression that represents the beauty of you. And this is how you make a grand difference in the world. Indeed, the truth can set you free, but only if you believe it and only if you take inspired action accordingly. We are meant to be free, and it all begins with you and me. I'm in. Are you? As the circus unfolds and the masked performers reveal their true nature, all is well. The universe is conspiring on our behalf. You are love, you are light, and all is well. I'm Nanice. Please take my free 7-part awakening series designed to support your journey of awakening. I offer this awakening intensive to help you understand the awakening process, what to expect, how to navigate the sticking points, how to ease your growing pains, and how to trust the process, and mostly to let you know that you are not alone on this journey. For instant access, go to my website at nanice.com. That's NANICE.com. Thank you.